Concerned citizens, especially of the Southeast origin, must pay attention to the brewing crisis in the Southeast in the wake of the burial of Kanu, father of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. As February 14 draws close, the Abia State Commissioner of Police, Okon, has warned IPOB members to stay clear of the burial. In his words, do you think we will sit down here and allow IPOB to participate in the burial? Whoever thinks along that line is fooling himself. IPOB will dance during the burial and the police elephants will dance too. Oh my goodness. CPCP Okon. The Nigerian police had hinged its stance on the fact that IPOB is a proscribed group and hence cannot be allowed to congregate anywhere in Nigeria, let alone Southeast. As you will remember, the group as led by Nnamdi Kanu was proscribed and declared a terrorist group for causing acts of civil disobedience as it demands an independent state of Biafra. The federal government noted that activities of the group were similar to those of other terrorist groups. Little wonder the Abia State Police Commissioner relied on this fact to make his stance. Take a listen to him. He said, I am saying this again for emphasis that there is no way police will allow a proscribed group to participate in the burial of the king and queen of Afaruku simply because they are the parents of their acclaimed leader. We will not allow that, and we cannot take anything for granted in the face of abundant intelligence on threat by IPOB. Not long did the police commissioner speak on the alleged threat by IPOB. Did Nnamdi Kanu, leader of IPOB, issued a life-threatening message on the Nigerian police and the commissioner of police in person. The founder of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, in a Facebook post threatened to hunt down the children of Abia Police Commissioner Okon should there be any killing at the burial ceremony of his parents in Afaruku. In his words, if Inspector Okon and his commanders come to my father's house to kill anyone on 14th February 2020 at my parents' burial, we will hunt down their children. These are serious threats that should not be taken lightly. Threatening the Nigerian police is bad enough, let alone children of a police commissioner. Nigerians with a good conscience must condemn Nnamdi Kanu's misguided statement and threat in order to forestall any clash between the security agencies and IPOB. Southeast political leaders must not play the ostrich and allow their children to be led to the slaughter slab by a confused fugitive leader. No one dares to threaten the number one security agency of a sovereign nation, more so when the threat is coming from a fugitive and the leader of a proscribed terrorist group. Terrorist group indeed. Failure to caution Nnamdi may lead to loss of lives and properties, and by that time, no one should blame the police for doing its job. IPOB has been declared a terrorist group organization, and until this is annulled, they are not allowed to congregate as a group anywhere in Nigeria. It is also important to note that the Nigerian police has promised to provide security if the burial committee sends a letter and also make sure IPOB is not allowed anywhere close. This article is coming from Bankole Aketunde Adebayo and is making its own concern concerning the back and forth threats, from different quarters. The question is that Nnamdi Kanu said if, because that is the habit, what has been going on before now, the two people they are to be buried, what caused their death? We all know. It's evidence before everybody. What caused the death of these people that to be buried? You want to tell me that they just died, at their own time? Something led to that. Like now, the IPOB members, their leaders' parents, are to be buried, and you are saying they should not be there. One thing that baffles me is that even, because Nigeria has not prescribed this Fulani Esme, who are the fourth most dangerous or terrorist group in the world, and they are operating fully in Nigeria, and we have been seeing the atrocities, but the president will look at the other side. I don't know. The question is that when has it become a crime for people to say they want their own country? Because that is the offense. That is their offense in the first place. Because normally, before this thing escalated to this extent, The president was there. He saw the whole thing. The same thing that happened to Showore. Somebody is demanding for good governance. He's not even talking about having his own a country. He's not fighting for to have a separate country. He's talking about, okay, you are there, you are talking of all Nigeria. We want good governance. You are not doing the right thing. Now, we know how all of those went. This issue of Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafra of a thing, like somebody who is patriotic. I could remember when this IPOP matter was going on back and forth then, before Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. The president was in the UK receiving treatment. As soon as he came back, he said, even while he was in the hospital, or while he was in his guest room, or whatever, wherever he was watching everything online, the way and manner at which they were, saying they were going for their own, they want their own country. I said, so this man could really read all of these things. He said he saw it there. As soon as he came back, he prescribed them. If it is somebody who is really patriotic, when people criticize, when people protest, it's a problem in this administration. I don't know why it is like that. Somebody who wants one Nigeria, what would you have done? You would have invited them in the first place. And say, okay, what are your fears? What are your whatever? Little things like this, it would have solved everything. But because it's not patriotic, that is just the way it is. But see the way all these Fulani S-men, they are bragging up and down. They will go to the national television and be making some kind of statements. And the president did not hear all of those things. They would say it is a hate speech when somebody is calling a whole region that they are so primitive, saying that they had to caution him. They will tell you they did not see all of those things. Because this thing has been happening. Why is Nnamdi Kanu not in the country as we speak now? What led to that? Why didn't they wait for the time for the trial? No. If you wanted to arrest him, based on what? Why would army go to his house at that particular time? Those questions are begging for answers that they cannot even answer. You can imagine. If such thing had happened before and you expect him not to say anything, now people will not say, oh, why will Nnamdi Kanu say that? Why will he say such a thing? Oh, don't you know this and that? But when this Mietiala were raging up and down, they still said they are going to they are going to take over Nigeria. The only two people that spoke about that addressed that issue, Obasanjo and the Sultan of Sokoto, the president did not see it. The spokespeople did not see it. The DSS did not see it when they were making that statement. No, when Nnamdi makes a statement, that is when they will know that they are up and doing. You can even imagine what the Okon was saying, this and this and this and that. If you want to treat everybody equally. That is what we are talking about. Not that you'll be looking at some people and, be using a hammer on them. Why you be using a banana leaf on some people? Nobody will agree to that because it is injustice. It's unfair. See the atrocity that these people are committing. This Mietiala, Esme, or whatever they call themselves. How many lives have they taken? How many lives have they taken? These people, how many lives have they taken? Because they say they want their own country. That's why they are giving them all manner of names. All manner of names. These people should fear God. It shows they don't have conscience. They have no conscience. If such thing had happened before and you expect him not to say anything, you want him to be politically correct because some people now come, hey, he has started again, oh, Nnamdi Kanu is beginning to make some kind of statement, oh, but Mietiala are there dealing with all of you. Dealing with all of you. You will not say anything. You want to be politically correct. Oh, you are wise. You are intelligent. You don't want this. These people are not nice. This Mietiala or whatever they call themselves, they are not nice. Go and watch China television. Go and hear what the man was saying. Whether you can compare what he's saying to what Nnamdi Kanu is saying in the first place. I don't even want to go through what all of those people are even talking about because I know their direction. That is where they are going to go. You cannot be treating some people with all manner of, hatred, or you want to show that you know law. But other people, you look at the other side with the way people have been crying, talking about it. They say, now, is it IPOP that is the problem in this country? The same Nnamdi Kanu you are calling all manner of names. It's been going back and forth all over the countries, in the developed countries. Is always there. Those who really know what it takes, what it means, because they don't joke with when it comes to terrorism. They don't joke with it, and they've been seeing him. So what are you telling us? You want to make it seem, and people who want to buy all of those things, they can continue to be buying it. You want to make it seem, you want Nigerians to just accept it by force that this person is this what you have prescribed them to be, or what you have prescribed him to be. They just want Nigerians to get it. It's like Nigerians are not getting it. And that is why they continue to, make it seem as if these people have been taking people's lives. They have never taken any life. Rather, it is their people that they are being killed, that are being killed day in, day out. What are we talking about? You will see heavy security agents going to that southeast onto what? But see where a lot of things are happening. They will not go there. They will not go there. So they want Nnamdi Kanu not to say anything. Oh, to be politically correct. Oh, you just have to be this and that, so that they will not hold anything against you. But those who are saying everything, it's just on a free fall. This Mieti Yala or Magban or Mieti whatever or Esme, they can make any statement. Nobody will say anything. Nobody will talk anything. Just leave them. Everybody will just be as if nothing is happening. Forget them. So guys, let's hear what you think about this whole thing, because somebody is saying, oh, they should call him to order. Call him to order. But you will not call all those other people to order. Those people who are taking your lives, those people who are intimidating you, those people who are taking your jobs, those people who are taking your business away, those people that are making you to go into losses every now and then. The farmers, go and ask them. You have not called them. You have not told the government to call them to order. You have not told their people to call them to order. Even their people will come and be defending them. People who do not take lives, you will come and say they should call them to order. Let's wait and see. So guys, let's hear your take concerning this whole thing. Leave your comments below and let's have your take.